you know. And being the chief of all demons sucks because God's always watching. I'm encouraged to do all my arson because God pre-gamed with a lot of rain. Let's see you set this world on fire after the rain. Watch me try, God. I like being under the color of red. I look like a Komodo dragon or a Gila monster, you know. And then I call Thomster, but I call all the dead people Gonster. My mom is was a gunner. Not that it matters. You know, Nick Fuentes is back on YouTube, so he can handle all the Catholic stuff. And he's been Catholic from the beginning, pushing the nativity and everything. Erica Kirk, well, she became the main character. And when you're the main character of Catholicism, you're celebrated. You know, people get envious. It's like, what did she do? She's just there. You know, somebody loses a husband, and that's going to be a trend. You know, you have to return to your first estate. Me, I have to go back to being industriously Satan. You know, actively trying to deceive all of you, applying mischief. Somebody got to do it. It's not a job I would recommend to somebody who's just starting out. You know, it's a simple misdirection. I read in a PDF, and then things like you can signal using buttons, what button you wear. You can rip off the button on your suit, and that's a coded message. Me, I don't like that. I believe in red shit, you know? But I'm not a good fighter. I'm not a flight candidate or a risk. Where else would I go, Lord? You know, this is just my love letter to Jesus Christ. Because, you know, if I'm a gay man, I'm going to be the top gay man of all time. I'm only gay for one human being, and that's Jesus Christ. And as long as he stays invisible, it's just like we had a history or something. It didn't work out. Hell is like my menstrual shop, you know? Hell is a place where you argue with Karen women all the time. And for a little while, the woman's father is like, you know, this is, drink this, or I'll make her drink this, and then it'll be good for a while. It does wear off. So it's like, for me, today, it's like the things that are mood stabilizing me wore off. Because once you remove the extremes, they take position between your moderates. So it's like, you know, instead of flailing your limbs around, it's just your legs support you, your hips, and then your hands, and you just want to strike at one thing. You know? Now a lot of people beat their wives, not just law enforcement. You know? Well, hello there. How did I greet the bus today? Well, good morning, and hello to all my fellow gay men. I'm gonna be the top gay of all time too. I'm so gay, I don't even fuck people up the ass. I just watch. That's called cuck gay. Except, you know, I can't be caught watching gay porn, so I craft it in my brain. And I turn into vengeance like Anthony Fauci. He got fucked up the ass once. You see how that worked out. Start killing all the gay men with vaccines. The insanity will come. Either you embrace it or you don't. Simple. It's like rain, you know? I like this red umbrella because it reminds me that I used to rule hell. I probably still do, just from this body. If you don't believe in hell, great. You know? That's what deception is all about. You know, I don't believe there's a manhole. Hey, buddy, there's a manhole. Oh, you're lying. And there he goes. Doo-doo-doo. So that sorts out the one fan is like, is this serious? Oh, yeah. And if I have any children at all, you know, or grandchildren or descendants, like me and your mom or your matriarch, this didn't work out. 10 years or more. It's just irreconcilable differences. I'm going to apply for a no-fault divorce in celestial terms. I'll probably be denied. It's just like trying to divorce yourself from hell, the place. And appealing to merit as my lawyer won't work. There's power is greater than merit, like reputation. Merit has become equal to zero. So division by merit error. Now that you've defeated all the enemies of God, who did the most damage per second? Or damage per, I don't know, whatever, salad. Now me, you can starve me. You can kill me. You can only kill me once. And if you kill me 6 million times, I just count that as once. I've gone through all the deaths of, the known Holocaust Jews. I can simultaneously keep in my mind, yes, like Owen Benjamin Smith said, the Holocaust was only 9 guys in a rollerblading accident, because all of that is your opening argument. Now I will also believe the opposition. Here's the documented proof that it was not just 9 guys, but more, far more horrific. These people are paid to distract you with emotional appeals, just so that you forget your own power and strength. By handling flight, flight's neck was like this thin. And even then, it's like, I've seen scrawny people like me wear a rosary on their neck all day, and nobody tries to break their neck. But they could. So I suggest you all start blocking people that are just unable to learn that certain words trigger people. And soon I'll be blocking my dad and my brother because I'll self-isolate. Since I'm Satan, like the chief of all demons, the devil, the Antichrist, and I gave these roles, the false prophet, to people I thought I could trust, but then they broke too, just like Andrew Wiggin, It's like, we're going to fight the greatest menace and evil outside of our known thing. They have all these advantages. And then why are you losing? And I realized victory comes at a great cost. You have to lose people. The block button, what the fuck is this? There's a new thing. They changed the graphic. So yesterday there was this thing, and it's like, I watched a lot of Wheel of Fortune, and you do like Wordle or like crypto quote. And crypto quote Jews are pretty much the same. It's a superficial change in the icon, but it's like a switch, You want to be Satan? Sure. If you don't, you can change it to try to be somebody. Be Sean. I've always wanted to be a CIA agent, but I'm not allowed. I'm vulnerable to all sorts of stuff. I just want to mourn the death of flight. Because, Mission Impossible, you give the agent the mission, and it's like, it's likely that this mission will result in your death. But we will remember you, and all you stood for. So I was that guy, maybe like General Heller, combat engineer. I actually beat him because as a stillborn baby, I shouldn't be able to do all this. But, at that age when I was born in my mom's womb and apparently dead, I somehow forgot, to thank my mom for carrying me for 9 months. And so I woke up. I was like, thank you, by the way, for carrying me for 9 months. I'm sorry I'm a stillborn baby. And my mom probably got so surprised. It's like, well, if you can do all that, see you tomorrow. Yo, buddy. Thank you for coming. I had to entrust flight to somebody. And you said you feel like flight. There's so many predators out there, man. Take good care of yourself. When you feel the L is safe, just triple your defenses. It doesn't hurt to check all the locks. Man, it just doesn't. You trust people and then you think they're gonna get better, but they're like, I don't want to see him die either. And I don't even know the silliest clown. I know you don't like this shit. It's just I worry about you. I don't even fucking know you, man. It's just in general. Like people in Gaza supposedly dying. I see videos. Yeah, they're fine. They're building a new Whole Foods. But somehow, how did they build those Whole Foods without killing the first contract? There's a Dallas ICE shooting. They're wherever you claim to be, dude. Just triple all your security. Don't worry about the cost. Just like Norm near the end. Just like at first, big pharma this, that. And it's like, oh shit, I'm dying. Yeah, that doesn't sound expensive at all. Give me more of that shit. Adrenochrome, whatever it takes. You know? I hate losing people, even birds. And I was just like, all I can do is last rites before I send them off. If I see flight again, you know, it's like baptized. Looks like you're a survivor. But I don't. Hey, you guys should be celebrating though. Nick Fuentes is on YouTube. You know, it's much more convenient for the premium. I hate losing. It's not natural for me as Satan. I hate the fact that Jesus beats me all the fucking time. Like a retarded little brother. And I have feelings about this shit. Oh, I'm just supposed to evoke evil as a balance to good. And I still lose people. Like, I accepted that I'm a closeted gay or whatever. It's like, you know, stop hitting my people. I'll be whatever the fuck you want. I was given 3 days with flight. 3. In that time, I spent an entire day with him in Long Island. I thought he was fine. Then he showed me his broken wing. I was like, oh shit. Ah. And then the doctor I trusted, somebody who does cockfighting in the Philippines, it's just like, oh, this was a gunner. I don't want to see him die. And, you know, just like the Magdalene, you know, I poured oil on him. It's like, you know, God knows. I can't do anything right. You know, like Christian, right? I'm sure, you know, I fucked my mom, this and that. He's the good guy. I just worry. Don't you dare do anything risky today. You know, this is like the day before September 11th. Don't fucking come to work tomorrow. Take a break. Do something different. They have your pattern, dude. You think you're not doing anything wrong? That's wrong. You're advertising that you're greater and more superior than all of them. You're going to engender so much hate. This is me stroking your ego. You never see Hitler cry. Stupid. It's just there's a time when, you know, you only cry as a man twice. When your mom dies. And then the rest is up to you. It's just a continuation of my first cry. I don't even. You should go back to running your compound. You won't. You know, Siegel lets you. This is like day 2 or 3 of the thumbnail. He trusts you. Why don't you delete all my taboo words? I should. In Samurai, dude, it's like I disembowel myself and the pain's too much. Cut my fucking head off. I even found a way to hurt a rock. Just with, like, you know, with crazy glue. You just draw your thing there and then heat it up, expand it, whatever. Thought I wouldn't be able to hurt light. I really thought I would. I mean, my wife's brother's coming. I hope, I don't want to deport anybody, but if she's safe there, save her. And I hope you stay safe. This is not a threat. This is just a feeling. If you're ever gonna be forced to kneel to somebody, make sure you wear a hat. You can write "fuck you" in your fucking canoe here. I don't mind. I've seen people. It's like give it a try, and then it's on the back of their T-shirt. You want to stab me in the back? Give it a try. Like that. I listen to songs. You're a friend. I mean, friends. Here's what I think of as friends. I can't hold any affection for you because it hurts when I lose. I'll say, is this what being gay is all about, dude? It's like you watch your friend die of AIDS. It's like if only the doctors had warned us, not the fucking gorilla or some shit. Anyway, thank you for being here. Whoever liked the stream, thank you. I was gonna burn everything, dude. I'm Satan of hell, stuck in a watery earth. One of the five elements. Just take care of yourself, dancer. The people don't know because I have to give you all new nicknames. When the shared account gets to thing, we just rename it to, whatever. If you'll check, I'll leave you a nice surprise. Like, I talked with some guy named Jimmy. He was there mobbed up. He was there during the radio protests or whatever. He's in several songs. They know him. Jimmy from Jersey City. And he told me, it's like some people just treat you badly. I was going to include them in the will, and now I'm not going to do that. You, I don't know. But so far, you've been trustworthy as my managing mod. And, if money is all you want, money is all you get. Just like John Wick. Those gold coins might be worth 3,000, 5,000. Those are portability. You exchange them somewhere with the Zurich gnomes, and then you'll see. Whatever the fuck you want. Me, I suggest you get all the security you can possibly muster. If you lose, it's going to be an epic tragedy. But, this is a comedy chat, and, so why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the other side. You know that scene in The Dark Knight Rises? And Joker's on top of a big pile of money? And, like, Gotham needs a new kind of criminal? The last president of the Articles of Confederation is a guy named Nathaniel Gowham or something. And he was in New York. Nathaniel. So if you want to go back to all the good old days, the Articles of Confederation, the president is just merely a moderator, a managing moderator. People will fight, and then they'll make a really tyrannical fascist thing that you can't speak against after you got it. Here's me turning over all the reins of power to you. Now I'm going to just remind myself that you trusted me with this picture. Actually, this is funny. I mean, I want you guys to laugh because, no matter how cute your pixie white girl is, you'll just see what her dentist sees. Yeah, you got a nice cute nose from the front, but from this angle, holy fuck. And then like some black dude's fucking her mouth. Yeah. So let's talk about Christian. All that was my practice for Hollywood again. Like Owen Benjamin Smith, I don't play the piano, but I'm very excited that you started learning the piano. See, you're what I call a prodigy, Raptor. Your real name isn't important when your feet speak for you. Under opposition like Otto Skorzeny, you stole a tank from the communists. And when I say tank, that's the bust. With Otto, it's like, so, Are all the collecting taxes good? Yeah, yeah, mine feel right. It's fine. Otto, what the fuck is that outside? Oh, it's a communist tank. Ah, I see, I see. Did you ask me? Maybe that's my friend's communist tank. Well, it's just he didn't take care of it. It's mine. That's like you. Are you actually Otto Scorzani? That's why the Jews say oi. That's like, what does oi mean? Otto fucking Scorzani. All these historical figures can't be fake. The historian is like, I'm gonna get paid. This is all true, and let me explain to you. And so my wife mocked me. It's like, why don't you get a gay boyfriend so you can lick your balls all day? And my wife and my mom don't know the power they have over me. When I receive a direct command like that, I'm gonna get one, and I'm gonna get the best one of all fucking time. Now you came in, it's just like we have a saying in my country: the chicken feed doesn't walk to the chicken walks to the chicken feed. Fuck you. Please don't say that again into my camera. Or if you feel like repeating it, fuck around and find out. You know. This doesn't count as litter. TC made a ruling yesterday. Cigarette butts aren't litter. They're public beautification. That's what fascists do. If I said, please always litter, always litter. See, you, like people, if you tell them, I'm sorry, I have no legs. Can you climb up the stairs for me? It's all you gotta do today. I literally cannot because I have no legs. Oh yeah? Did you know that Lucky Strike is in fact a cigarette brand? Hey JK, you can call me Bear, it's alright. Autocorrect fucks it up. Flight has been sacrificed to Moloch. Because, you take one look and it's just like, goner. But I do remember him holding on to it. The hawk is coming. The feds are coming, the SWAT. Rah! Where's my food? It's inside my car, motherfucker. Yeah. I gave him a emoji crown, And then I look in X and Justin Bieber's holding his kid. And he's got a pizza on the side, on the cheek of his kid. So you know what side he's in. If you guys watch Dark Crystal, there's those things, the sketties, and then the other ones. And then when one of them dies, the other one, like counterpart, just disappears into dust. It's like, I was just eating my breakfast. Become that crystal shit. But if he's trans, I understood in that moment. It's just like, I don't know what the fuck you are. I just know you're in my care. You want to be a girl? Be a girl. I'll back you. You want to be a boy? I'll be happier, but I'll back you. If her name was Flight, it's like, listen, I just was born with the wrong equipment. I want to be a soul. Soul has a gender, and I'm a female. Women can fly too. Anyway, I'm going to tip one out. Not only for her, but for all the busters who passed. It's a small gesture. It is. I did the research like a nerd, like a computer science guy. It's basically the fastest way is check if the toes, one toe is longer than the other. That's the fastest way. There's other things. You'll get about at 83% accuracy. It's depending on the thing. See, the thing is, if you're a man, or you guys are men, and you don't like womanhood, you just injure yourself like that guy. And you get a dilator, and you just keep stabbing yourself because you want men to stab you. And that's very sadistic, and people defile their bodies many ways with the holes, This is me. This is how I defile leadership. Leaders are not supposed to cry. But, if you don't cry over someone, they meant nothing at all to you. For 3 days, I was like, I feel like a dad. And I don't know what to do with this frail neck thing. I could snap his neck in like 10 seconds. Oops, there's a garbage can, throw him away. But then when something like that goes like this, like first, I'm scared of you. Oh, you know what I mean? Like if any of you tried to kill me, I'd be like, oh shit, oh I know you from the past. Do your thing like that. You know what I mean? My eyes would soften. It would go back to these chinky eyes instead of eyes of fear. And I was watching, demon K-pop demon hunters, and then the real life ones, the voice actors, they're Korean, so their eyes are like this, like I'm done hiding now, we're shining like we're born to be. Like that. And the animators saw that and it was like, yeah, we got to make their eyes open. Isn't it hard to open the Koreans' eyes? Yes. Just like Horza is going to be like Horza Jr. or Flight Jr. A descendants. His descendants will be more feminine than even human women. This I foretell. And this is for you guys. And for the rest of you, I don't care. You're so lax about security that, like, you could fall down the street, it serves you right. But Johnny is careful. You know what I mean? He basically performed a snatch from Steven Seagal. Hi, birds. And they trust me. You know, it's like you're late. How do you do it? Like you go from gem master. I'll call you flight master. I think if you adopt a bird, call it flight. For me, or just like when you're interviewing for a job, ask them all about how is your flight program. Do you expect to get out of my fucking city alive like that? Because you gotta be more concrete. You know, I'll pretend I know Korean. Which basically, in Asian culture, he was like, that's not even fluent Korean. He must be angry. You ever been so angry you forgot to speak Korean? Motherfucker, I'm gonna rip you off. He doesn't speak English. Sure, but not in this economy. How do you heal a Filipino's wounds? Whatever, who cares? Apathetically. Who am I to you guys? Who was clown to you? You know? The fact that it was self-inflicted is the dumbest. He probably heard about my attempted way of being preposterous, and like a good bodyguard is like, well, if he's gonna survive it, maybe I can. That's the thing. Cantonese. I know Mandarin. I think it's like Ngoy. No, Mandarin is Ngoy Malo. Shishi. Shishi is Cantonese. Rip flight. I'm gonna go to Greeley Square. I mean, he's with his people. It's just like releasing an injured Aquaman to Atlantis, and but back to his enemies. But he can face his death happy. It's like you're all gonna be mean to me. A human was nice to me for 3 days. Now I know who's the superior thing. That's why we have dominion. You know? Why does God allow all you gays to run around freely? Because you're a human. You can't have gay pigeons. They'd get killed. Only humans can be this gay. It's like only a human can buy a pink Fanta. If Fanta's supposed to be orange, why would you buy a pink? That's fucking gay. So this is like, me auditioning, like who among you will be my boyfriend? And in college, I had a college boyfriend, my roommate. But he misunderstood it intentionally. He's a white supremacist of the South. He's like, I'm his friend who gets him all the boys. And I was like, he's a big guy. He's an upperclassman. I could have been raped in the mouth. I was like, well, I got to go finish all my homework. My mouth stays funny. You learn to live with it. There's a comedian who's like, So I went to a gay fraternity, and some of the pledges passed out. I guess they can't handle all the roofies. I've been around so many potentially like Macklin. They're fighting over me. Who was your best attacker? I'm gonna say Cumtowners. You kept me in prison for longer than even like Revenge of the Sis. I check in there once in a while for like the, hey Tom, yeah. So you just missed my crying session. Tom is probably one of the most stoic, staunch people of all time. You can talk up to a Chinese person and it's just like, get the fuck out of my country. You're not Canadian. No, no, I built a railroad. Still, you're just paying somebody else's taxes and getting their farmland for free. I don't like it. I want to live in Canada, not fucking China. I can afford a plane ticket to China. I'll visit there and then I'll emigrate. But don't invade my fucking home. Tom doesn't say much, you know. He'll do an N-word tower, not a problem. And Johnny knows he's unpredictable. It's always the quiet ones. But I can relate to him because, like here in New York, there's homeless who talk to themselves and tell them, shut the fuck up. I'm going to talk to you right now. And then they do. You should. I don't know if you're really Korean or some weeaboo is like, yeah, I'm transracial. No. Seek unhappiness. Be useful to God. You can be happy with a bottle of wine or read a book, The 4-Hour Workweek by Timothy Ferris. Pretend it's like, a job interview manual. That's how I interview for all my jobs. I try to convince them with 4 hours of planning, you can be a slacker all week. Once you volunteer for unhappy jobs, the competitive marketplace is like, oh, you're trying to get overtime. That's hazard pay. Why do you always go to unhappy people? They have a lot of money and they don't know how to spend it. Okay? But you do you, boo. Johnny has a stronger case of being my online boyfriend. Since my wife insinuates that that's all I want, to get my balls licked, you'd better be good at licking my fucking balls. But the way I see you, he's a prodigy in gaming. Even better than, what's his face? The guy with the wigger. Dirt. Dirt has the instincts of like a piano prodigy, but he also nopes out of his scenario. If he can't be beat, he plays another game. He tried the pedo game on Johnny. It could be true, but look, even if that's true, it shows you have passion about your work. That's what makes you such a good gamer. Even Gallus notices. He's like, like, we're just gonna watch him play and get bored of a video game. Same thing with you, JK. You're supposed to be some sort of world conqueror. You're not even happy in the country you live in. Maybe there I'll be happy. That's what conquest is all about. Like Magellan or whoever, Christopher Columbus. I'm not happy in Spain. I wonder what's over there. Maybe I'll be happy there. And then he died of influenza or something. This is how I grieve. I'm sure you guys know. Why would you do a ceremony for a fucking bird? There's plenty of them. Bird. It was a bird that was scared of me, and then it decided, I'm going to adopt you. And then you're going to hand me over to fucking Herod, and they're going to say, listen, I know what it's like to be God. Like some reason I have a son. Now I'm going to hand him over to people who don't appreciate him. They crucified him. What did I expect? Luckily, I gave Flight the feeling like, okay, just in case all this goes bad, this is what it feels like to be covered in earth when you drop to the ground. Now, maybe things are clawing at you, but I'll be there too. Whatever I can protect, I'll protect your soul. Hello, Sid. Can you change your name to Flight for me? Then I'll give you a mod. And if you don't know, you can go through all the YouTube stuff. That might be Nicholas J. Fuentes. Good job, buddy. Sometimes you must be like a little child. What's this? I missed out. Do you have candy? I'm 12. I have candy. All you have to do is change your name to Flight, and I'll give you Mud. Mud is those blue uh, guys in front of you, JK and Tom. You get a wrench, and you get to time out all your enemies. It's kind of like a satanic contract. Yeah. You know, I'm the devil. I'm signaling to all the world I'm red. Traditionally, all I need is the horns and the tail, but Satan is also portrayed as just like slick, wheeling, dealing. But I offer affordable deals. Do you want a gay child? It's really easy. Adopt one. You know, make sure it's like associate food with anal sex. You want food? Endure this. Now I have a strong. One day the adult will die. I do all the pedophilia without using children. It's just like eggless pancakes. If you can believe that, you know. And then once in a while, you get somebody like Flight. It's like, you know, you shouldn't really hurt all these children. I'm hurtable. It's me. And I'm so impressed with the bravery. It's like, why would I hurt you? You're exactly like me. Yeah. Hey, I'll take it. You could have said the Lucifer of Poughkeepsie instead. Lucifer is just like Leather Daddy. You guys know about that. Yeah. And like these birds, I give them all this food, and then it's like I'll come back for it later because this is now like a food factory. And as long as I'm alive, you know, I'll feed them. But when I'm dead, I'll feed the worms. I'll feed the microbes. You know, I'll be joining my mom and all the dead people. Flight. Maybe there I'll see Flight as how I saw him. A really huge, like, you know, kaiju bird. And it's like, you know, when they peck at the very tiny things, they're eating little humans. But like, you know, I'm hoping he was like, and then I can't see any food now. I just want to rest. And then he'll cover me with his humongous body, and I'll just be a microbe on that giant Flight bird. And I'll just direct my kingdom, hell, you know, hell and Flight share the letter L. Jesus said, take nothing for your journey. Not a stick, it will be given to you. All I get is disappointment and regret, which is what Lucifer should have. You know, if you watch Sandman, it's like, I'll become COVID. Okay, and then the two celestials fight. You know, but I am hope. For even in hell, you hope for mercy. Now, working at Fiesta in America, Raptor Johnny already suggested, if you want to be my IT tech, all you have to do is work from home. You know, get a notepad, and I'm sure you list things on your resume. You might have a printer. Who knows? You might have a DoorDash receipt. There's always room in the back. And just write, you know, Fiesta in America overall IT or something. And then set it on fire. I offered you the job and you turned it down. Sucks to be me. You'll get better offers once you can do that. You know? This is a remnants of me doing that. You know, this is a Luciferian satanic contract. And I anointed it and I set it on fire. It's still spendable, maybe, I don't know. But it's just, I rub it into the face of all those panhandlers. This is how I give to the charity, local. I'd rather give to the planet and make fertilizer than actually enable all your drug addictions. Yeah. It'd be more impressive if it was like $500, but I actually have $100 bill. Yeah. Just to illustrate, can you all do this? Oh, excuse me. Some of you panhandlers, like, instead of doing that, why don't you sell it to me? So I'll avoid that temptation from you, or to you. Because I like you guys. Just take good care of yourself, you know. Even Father Abraham and Moses is like, well, I did something wrong before God. I can see the promised land. Can't enter it, though. I'll be in the parking lot, just like Prince Andrew or whatever. It's like, yeah, this is the adults only tent. For the pictures, stay outside. Yeah, well, you can be the nephew metro. That makes you an NM, by the way. Okay? When you're an NM, now I'm one of the three primary NMs. The executive NM is Norman Jean McDonough. Norm. They got him. The second, the legislative, is Nicki Minaj. That's an assumed stage name. Her real name is Malika Mirage Petty something. Okay, she's another NM. No other female celeb has been able to take the initials of NM from Nicki Minaj. Think of it like, I tried, like Naomi Mambo or something. It doesn't work. They've established their brand. So just like the sea, the ocean, and Nick Mullen, right? Now Nick Mullen is fourth column. That means he's the smart one. I'm third column, which is the judicial. Judges are stupid. We don't believe anything until somebody makes an opening argument. For example, the sky is blue. That's all your opening arguments. I'll believe the opposition. The sky isn't fucking blue, it's raining. Right? Good, good. Now, in my class, there's other NMs. And in your lifestyle, there are people with the unfortunate initials. But you are the nephew master and also niece master. Okay? You've done well as my spy master, and I will not cry when it's you are my spy master. You went from the spy master, just like Finch or Scout or Flight was the bird or assassin assigned to kill me with pigeon dust. And Flight decided I have a better idea. So your mastery is complete with me. I emancipate you from all slavery. Come when you want to, like a TA. If you're sick, I will make excuses for you. If you're not in my stream, well, it would be a real deep honor, and I've been trying all this time to get you to change your name. Stand firm against all my temptations. Retain JK, but acquire all the flight master powers. If you must, go game with Raptor Johnny. The taboo words are still holding, and he likes to play with people. His gamer tag is always going to be the same, at Raptor Johnny. If there's a multiplayer flight simulator, Chuck Yeager or something, fly around, If you can do JFK simulator, why not September 11 simulator? Try to be Muammar Atta and get a high score or something. I give you this. I told all these people, my life is not a ride at Six Flags, but you guys have earned a season pass. It's called Saves Coming. At any time in our interaction, and that's you, JK. Hi, JK. Food's on. Eat your food. See, to me, you're a rat. Okay? But if you get a gaggle of rats, that's a rat king. You might not think you're a king of all you do. Maybe you do believe it. But I had a friend well, not a friend, a classmate in Stuyvesant. And he would just like, say, I didn't believe what my uncles or my father said about white people because he's black until I went to Stuyvesant. I thought they were just blowing air. Turns out white people are fucking nuts. And they're proud of it. They have libraries. This is what we did. You've never heard of the arborage rip or whatever? They basically, all you do is take two really young trees, bend them down, tie them down with a rope, then find like a rebel leader like you, tie them to the tree, both sides, cut the rope holding the two trees. It's not you tearing the person in half, it's the trees. Like that. And this is before they refined it to COVID and credit score and job applications. So in order to talk with all you gays, well, that happened. Look it up. Would you ever apply for a job that's like, if you fuck me, you see those two trees, just like in Back to the Future? Why was old man Peabody trying to breed pine trees? Because he wanted to rip people in fucking half. I don't like that. But then, my rule is, I see the word don't, I always do it, because I always have two eyes. Okay? I notice you haven't changed your name to claim your fame. You listen. You can obey me once every 4 years. The rest is up to you. And I only give orders that you were going to do anyway. You were going to be JK for all time because you're maintaining your brand. You got to be reliable to acquire things. Okay? Being in my chat, you're acquiring patience, humility. Johnny will recognize you as a fellow and give you perks. Maybe you'll get your face up there, but you're shy and bashful. That's why I said you're a spy master. Spies aren't front and center. They're always looking for an escape route. Sorry, I just had orders from above. I'll be posting all the orders as a background. Spy master or flight master. You can stay if you want. Or you can leave your recording device. Review this for later. All the rest of you, be aware. I told Johnny, spend a lot of the shared account budget on security against raids. Despite the fact that, a lot of people are being deported, it's far less than under Obama, which means it's targeted high-value billionaires. I don't think you're a billionaire. If you're a Baldwin fan, hate him or love him, he could direct. I've seen Alec Baldwin in real life. He looked at me and it's just like, so I stay far away from him. The other Baldwin brothers, maybe Billy, the Adam, but Alec. Hold on. So talk amongst yourselves. Flight from New York is Saturday night and all that bullshit. So it might be funny that Lucifer is hating. The Lord or has to follow all of these rules. God is my landlord. Whoever is placed above me in all of this is my God. Gotta follow. That's what St. Peter is. Respect all authorities. So, I don't know if you can see. It is for all tenants of hell. Bad news. Sacrifice to Satan. But, JK won't change his name to Flight Master as a tribute, and you won't change your name back to Space Wing. I treat it like the silliest clown, or in war. If there's a sniper who's good and he takes out the leadership, surrender without a fight. Instead of just injuring the commander headshot. Well, now where do we get all our orders from? Might as well fucking surrender. You know what I mean? Thanks for being here, Space. This applies to all of you, but you especially. If you want to be my enforcer in the bus, yeah, me neither. You're a good soldier. Even if your friend's injured, I'll fuck you up, man. Don't ever shoot at my boys. So, I need an X-Man. JK is a spy, so he's not very in your face about shit. And maybe, were you Bill Cosby at some point? It's just so many people. Okay? So I'll just read this. I had to read this. If I had to read it, so do all of you. Dear tenants or busters, it has come to our attention that some individuals have been disposing of exposed porn video directly down the grenade chores. We would like to remind everyone that this is strictly prohibited. Grenade, such as porn chore, must be securely bagged and tied before being placed in the content ban. There should be no porn video going down the chore. Throwing loose or uncovered porn causes several serious issues, including past investigations, unpleasant odors, increased maintenance and cleaning costs. We ask for your cooperation in maintaining a clean, safe, and sanitary environment for all residents. Anyone found violating this policy may be subject to fines or other consequences in according with blasted reparations. Thank you for your continued cooperation. So I need somebody crazy, like Kamala Harris crazy. Now, I know you're not crazy enough to change your name from Dick Pullen to any other name that I suggest. You're very loyal to Nick Mullen. But I want you to consider that if I change the first letters of your name, pick Dullen, pick Domain, pick Darren, okay, as your Axeman, shit flames downhill. If you can't do it, find someone who can. Just like you're too close of a friend, I can't hurt you. Yeah? Prove it. Jesus is a demon, Tona Elsie. Say it right. Jesus Christ, the Black Nazarene. Everybody just likes lazy. The laziness in all of you people, like Fantas fans, Augie. Yeah, be a good dick then. Be the biggest dick of all time. There's only, like, if you like South Park, they did an episode for boomers. He is God. Then ask your God to make me, ask your God to change this umbrella to green. Sean, don't help the new person. Have you ever lost a bird? Yeah, Beelzebub. Yeah. I can be all of these. I can be Buddha. I can be the good guy, bad guy. Okay? Now, if this Tona Elsie person evangelizes some more, yeah. Thanks for all the intros. Fighter does all the intros first. You are my Axeman. You just loom and menace, okay? Let your axe speak for you. It's like, I'm just pointing it at you. It's just a tool. You wouldn't blame the axe for chopping your head off, right? Gravity. So, yeah, that's doing good. If text in my chat is the only way, reasonable. So you dictate terms to your God. Only do the reasonable things that I like, but don't do all the bad things that help my neighbor. Tona. Before you evangelize to people like me, Satan, you gotta know all your Bible. I only fear Jesus Christ. I can ask you to do something with me to get mod. Do you like to be mod? Maybe you're a Hebron, right? I'm a little girl and I love Jesus. There's always a test. Here's something reasonable. Do you have money? Because I have money. And here's something. I refuse to do this in front of Space or Raptor Johnny or anybody else or JK. Blasphemy. Do you define blasphemy for your God? Okay, they're all correct about me. Here's the thing. The devil, Satan, me, knows more Bible than you. I ask you to do this. So you asked me a question. I answered. Okay? I answered with another question. Do you define blasphemy for all your people? So please say yes or please say no. But odds are good that you will continue with another attack on my integrity, my reputation, and my character. Okay? So I asked you a question that you can ignore all the time. Do you have money? Now, I know the rules here. If I have more money than you, I dictate to you what is blasphemy or not. Because you can always use extra money. Now, you could be 12. Your parents taught you so many bad things. If I was a demon, I'm entitled to your soul. But I want good souls. Souls who can answer. People like the bust. Okay? So, now, I know they're rich and thing, but if you're 12 or a child, You're in the wrong place. This is an 18 only chat. You're 12. Okay, good, good. So you're 12 years old? Make sure you stick with your story. Okay? Your birthday's coming up, and you can ask, like, Daddy, Mommy, you love me, right? Where are all my $100 bills to show me you love me? Right, Tona? So, blaspheming is a really big word for a 12-year-old, you know? Maybe you can write a dissertation about blasphemy being 12 years old. Or you're some dickbag fed pretending, catfishing. I don't give a shit. I'll redeem your soul too. Well, see, now, Sean, this, I want all of you to do that, okay? You can inspect. That is real money. Exchangeable. We're all goods and services. Now, this is the soul of our young Tona Elsie. Even if you're behind on your rent or you have all the money to pay your rent, Bill Gates still wants welfare. He just wants more, not enough. Okay? Now, I'll show you another thing that I did before. Like a 12-year-old child, here's a whole one. I've shown you a whole 12-year-old child. And I'll show you another thing. I'll show you a partial 12-year-old child. See that? Just $1. Has all these interesting details. You can talk about blasphemy. It's still recognizable as if the same species as that $100 bill, but something happened to it. Now, if you're going to accuse me of blasphemy, you're intelligent enough to answer, even as a 12-year-old, what happened to this dollar bill? Can you tell me? Or you can leave. That way we can have an all-adults thing. Go to the children's table and be a 12-year-old. Demand greedily from your parents, your uncles, your government, your welfare state. Where are all my $100 bills? Good answer. So what happens if I burn a $100 bill? Do I lose it, or it could have been given to you? You're a very precocious 12-year-old. So all I want you to do is, can you repeat all of those accusations of blasphemy into my camera? So you don't know anything about, well, do you have a family? Tell me all about your family. What's your name? Tona Elsie? Is a single mom? Your auntie raises you? You're in a group home? You have a family. So if somebody burns your family, what happens? Since you're so smart. With the word blasphemy, I love blasphemy. What happens? Charlie Kirk? You maybe get a halo. Isn't that cool? You ever visit the hospital? Like the St. Jude's Hospital? There's 12-year-old girls there. And they're so smiley, but there's something wrong with them. You're probably pretty and cute. Imagine losing all your cute and prettiness in a fire. You can talk to your local fire department. There's always a guy there. His face is burned off, but he survived the fire. He saw all these families that didn't survive the fire. Right. Sure they will. Except you don't capitalize his name. See, at 12, you don't know the difference between lowercase and uppercase. Therefore, you don't know the difference at all between upper afterlife and lower afterlife. You keep worshiping the lowercase. Okay? Sure. Very good. See? Now, as a small child, I've been able to change your mindset. Before, you were some idiot who didn't care the difference between going down, lowercase, and going up. Are you black? Okay. Now, they intentionally taught black people wrong. You speak in complete negatives, not knowing that if you keep saying no, that adds up to a yes. Okay? Okay. So you're probably the world's greatest texter. You like texting your friends? Yeah. Uh huh. You're gonna have to. Does your mom touch you? Say yeah. That's all you have to say. Come on. This YH is your favorite answer. So all you have to do is answer this simple question. Does your mom touches you? Where does your mom touch you? There's some shitty kids who's like, mommy didn't give me the right birthday present. I specifically asked for a PS5, but all she could afford was a stick. Hello, police? Yeah, I'm being molested. Really? And what do all her fingers do when she hugs you? I don't give a shit if it's Mighty Yahweh pretending he's a 12-year-old girl. Because I was told to question all spirits. If he's acting stupid, Mighty Yahweh, Bronze Age desert god, I'm a little girl, and I have a family, and my mommy hugs me. I'd be like, I saw you when you're a filthy, rotting, stinking rat being pulled by the Pied fucking Piper in the Hamelin, and I was like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Okay. Now, can you tell me all you know about Charlie Kirk? Because I heard in Utah or something, they started a Charlie Kirk chapter in all high schools. Okay? Now, the comedy of the bust, Nick Mullen and Adam Friedland and Stavros Halkias presumably have 12-year-old girlfriends because parents have kids and it's like they met during a Camptown sketch audio listening thing and then they had a kid. Like, mommy, daddy, what's that? Oh, well, you'll understand when you're older. We're giving you a crash course on how Nicholas James Mullen and all these people are mocking Jesus Christ every day. And you're not doing anything at all to stop it. Isn't that sad? Even if you're a grizzled veteran like Cash Patel. Hi, Cash. We all know it's you goofy-eyed motherfucker with your Valhalla bullshit. How about you wise up before I get your ass deported back to San Francisco where you fucking belong? An American citizen can be deported back into America, but in a place they don't like. There seems to be an error, sir. You're trying to deport an American citizen. Put him in the state that he doesn't like. Just like in the Vatican. If you're a mouthy cardinal, oh, you know Jesus better than me. Go to Madagascar. Wear a diaper. Preach Jesus all day and that. Okay, Cash? I'm glad that you can become a 12-year-old girl. Mental. But all your enemies, snip, snip. There's something called dilator. They injure you and then make that hole bigger. All right? There's some tough kids too. I've seen snippets of Final Girl. So you're going to be facing 5 bruiser, Brock Lesnar looking guys. And all you have is the environment. Yeah, you will. Okay? So, anytime somebody evangelizes, I know Jesus better than you. Then go meet him. You're in a criminal hideout. You're a spy. And this is what happens to all spies. Luckily, I had JK, the spy master. I asked him to change his name, stood for it. Never will change his name. That's why never will and Nathaniel, it's all the same. I suggest all of you continue saying will never. You got William Jefferson Clinton on your side. He might rape you, I don't know. Okay? I'd rather be angry than sad. That's like that. And I'd rather be wrong as I go to Horace Greeley Park. Hey, that bird looks familiar. He's stronger and lifting, beating down eagles, hawks. Must have learned something from some guy who was nice to him for 3 days. Hey, how you doing, flight? Who the fuck are you? It's me, you know? It's like the Yakub thing. Oh, he thinks because he created the white race, he will just respect them like a dad. We'll eat him. That's what I raised my boys to be. Cannibals. I'd rather have all my dickbag kids eat me before the enemy tortures and interrogates me. You know? Push come to shove. Kill me, eat me, fine. Very good. Tona, I don't really care what you say, but from now on, as my adopted 12-year-old girl, you can have multiple parents. They're called father figures. If I ever catch you using lowercase Jesus, you're going straight to hell. And as a babysitter or whatever, I can craft exaggerated threats that can be made real by somebody like your mom and dad who just have a job to do. What did the stupid guy on the screen say? That if you are lazy and don't do all your chores, you're going to hell? Sounds like a plan. Okay? And as an appreciation of what you wrote, I'm going to pin this. Okay? And I'm going to read it. Tona Elsie, a 12-year-old girl from some Californian precinct or whatever, said this to me. A policeman's daughter, a law enforcement, somebody with authority, just like the queen of the South. Jesus loves you. Before, she would just lazily, like food, prefer to go to hell. But now she's fighting to go to heaven. Capital J. Jesus loves you, and he died for you, and loves you more than you could imagine. He just wants the best for you, and he wants you in heaven too. Now, notice, you give yourself perks more than Jesus Christ. Before, you capitalized Tona, but lowercase Elsie. Do you want to be in between heaven and hell? Telling you, you're bad, go to hell. You're good, go meet Jesus. That's a lot more fun. I have peace beyond all people in ways quite unlike as ever before. Can you even type what I just said? Okay? I treat you as a person. You're reading from your weekly missal. Do you have peace? Do you have joy? Do you have time to donate all your money to Jesus Christ? Ask me that. Ask me. You have a privilege, child. I'll show you what no denied means. I'm so Catholic, I became Satan. The old Satan that you guys know, he retired. He's on a beach finding peace and joy. Nate's doing all the evil. He's not very good at it. Oh well, time for a break. So a simple thing. Jesus will demand work from you in heaven. You're not just going to lounge around on a cloud. There are plenty of people like you, Tona Elsie, who don't know the difference between lowercase Jesus and uppercase. Now you have authority over them. You can talk all you like. You can even talk baby talk to me. Do you have peace and joy? I speak all languages. Okay? I learned that one from Ricky Fondo. You know him? Okay? Now, all you have to do is, let's say, Satan would read all this. Oh, wow, a true follower of Jesus Christ. Reads from all the books. Guess what? Here's an anime reveal. I, Satan, wrote all the books. I had a lapse in judgment. I invented this persona named Jesus, but I'm actually talking about myself. When you're a novelist, it's like, I want to put myself in my novel, but I'm going to make up an all-new name. Okay? So, since I read it the way you wrote it, I'm an editor too. This would make more sense to all the Satanists if I read it like this. Satan hates you, and he lives despite you, and loves to eat you all as food more than you could imagine. He just wants the flavor for you, and he wants to keep eating you in hell for all time too. Okay? Can you write all that? As a 12-year-old girl, if your dad says, clean the room and here's a list of all your chores, did you write it down? Oh no, Siri had it all. Well, there's terrorists who deleted all the stuff. You have to use your ears. Okay? I rely on YouTube to write down all the things I say. I've lost 2,000 videos. I've fed it so much information, I gave it to XAI. So here's the thing. If you're all feds, sit there. SWAT's coming. Just to scare you. No. Not in all this. Really. Does he prefer that you be in hell? Does God prefer that you are in hell? Elsie? He is still God, right? But, hi Fed. Yeah, for a Fed, you're decent. You actually, said rip. I think you believe God wants you to be in hell because you prefer you're arguing. Okay? Whether I write it like Jesus or Jesus, he's still God. Therefore, like he is still dad. Has your dad ever punished you wrongly? It's like you don't understand, Dad. He is just a guy I found on Facebook. You are 12, young lady. Okay? No. See how just how she came in. If I was a Fed, I just noticed the capitalization. So you think the tone is very important, but Jesus isn't. So you're one of mine. You're going straight to hell. Okay? That's the simple rules. If you elevate yourself before your God, thou shalt have no other gods before me. It doesn't mean like in a place. Oh, Jesus, you can go in front of me or God and eat the pudding or the vegetables I don't like your dog. It means that you cannot be over him. You cannot capitalize. If you don't understand that, get over. Okay? So, because you believe Jesus is still God, I'm very sure I'm in hell already. It's like a magnet. Okay? You could be anywhere else at all trying to convince people outside of hell to avoid hell. Instead, you're here with me. I'm giving you all the warning signs. The devil is red. I'm wearing all red. I'm hiding my horns. I come looking like an angel of light. This is the light. I cover it in my red. This is hell. I've made hell very, very tiny. It's the size of an umbrella. All the rest is heaven. This is hell. You're here with me. So I'm not only sure that you're going, how did you escape hell in the first day? Yes. It's like a warning. It's like hell is represented. We fucked up in heaven and now we're back in hell. But we saw some things in heaven we want to see again. Okay? Do you think I look like a cardinal? I'm just a guy. But I'm at a Secret Service. I told them, I marked out, it's like, you don't know, I've never been handled by a Secret Service before. You are such a celebrity to me. And he's like, nah, I'm just a guy. And I thought to myself, that's the same shit I say. You fucking humble piece of shit. Free. Since you have free access by receiving. Now you could say dominating. Okay? I know now that you're a real child. Okay. So, how do you know I didn't abuse all the free stuff from Jesus and heaven? Okay? I could care less if your father was Joel Osteen. Because Joel Osteen's an idiot. He's an evangelical Protestant, much like Charlie Kirk, who took a bullet in the neck. Maybe it's a hologram. It keeps morons busy. Okay? So don't make presumptions, young lady. I'll tell you now. Every young little girl could face their mom saying, we get more money if you're a boy. Can you be a deer and grow a penis? Since you have free access to heaven, call upon all the people that gave you free access to heaven. Would Jesus Christ allow you to grow a penis, girl? Then you're not important enough to argue with the devil. You're going straight to hell until you learn how to respect the name of our Lord Jesus Christ and Savior. Okay? I notice that it's very important to you to capitalize the letter I. But I can scroll back in the chat. When you first came in, let's take a look. You accused me of blasphemy, I remember. Dum da dum ba dum bum 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 ba dum ba dum. He is God. Jesus loves you all. Here we go. Here's the thing with all liberals. I never said I was important, right? You see the pin message? Is that you? Tony Elsie. People love to see their name. Tony Elsie said, the first thing she said in my chat, Jesus loves you. You ever accidentally kick a mind? Right. Doesn't this 12-year-old speak like somebody old? I guess if my children were poly PVC or something, you know? So later I'll be burning $100 bill. Ugh. Hey, mind, this is like one of your emo kids, you know? But I was so proud of mine. Moderating is like, where were you in the emo revolution, you fucking Johnny-come-lately piece of shit? Mind has quit more emo crusades than you've ever started. And that's tenure. So when you do this evangelization, I just found that Jesus offers the free access to heaven. What's your commission on that? Do you even know this word? Okay. You know the concept of, really? You promise? A Jew cop will, that's a prophecy, Spaced. That is a prophecy. It's an amazing prophecy. You're saying, really? I mean, I love it when Spaced makes prophecies. Because this was me a couple of days ago. You know, the sign should look familiar. And many Jew cops were converging. Some of them were taking verbal abuse, worse than anything I've ever said. Some arrests were made, but not enough. Okay, so is that a threat? 12-year-old threatening child? Are you able to say all that to my camera? See, when I say that, if you were a 12-year-old, just like, what do you call it, Westboro Baptist Church, I'm sure I'd regret saying things, but you're going straight to hell. Your parents intentionally taught you wrong as a joke. That you could say words like that without consequence at all. Okay? So since you're so confident of that, say all that again. In my chat and then to my camera. I've done this to adults. I've done this to security people. I have footage. And they're the ones that teach you. When somebody says something you don't like, this is what you say to them. These words you are saying will cost you your soul. Do it then. You must be able to repeat all your threats. Doesn't count federally unless you do. Okay? You can always hide behind your mommy and daddy. Well, I just heard it. I read it somewhere. I'm just a kid. There are kids who grew up in the prison system who would love to show you why words are important. Oh, so you're hiding behind Daddy Jesus. Good. Okay. Tell me all you know about Jesus Christ. It's going to take you a long time because even in the Bible, even if I wrote down all the feats and miracles of Jesus Christ, it would fill up all the books in the world. How are you, a 12-year-old child, merely parroting what you overheard in the playground, going to do all that? Okay? But Jesus said, Jesus whipped a lot of people too. Jesus said, unless you know my bones, you will not see the kingdom of heaven. You know how many little kids like you heard that Daddy, is that true? Aren't you going to protect me from somebody who's going to force me to gnaw his bones? Let's go home. I don't like to hear this. Say it all again. Repeat all the words of Jesus Christ, including the bad things. You brood of vipers. Say that to your family. Thou shalt not kill. Love your neighbor. I can repeat all these words. I'm Satan, chief of all demons. Convolute. That's a big word for a spaced whale. A talking spaced whale. You hear that? Sometimes people, do you like black people, Elsie? How about I bring about 93,000 black people into your neighborhood? Because it's a gift from Jesus. Okay? These these blacks you are summoning will make you lose your soul. Just because of community. Do you? So since you know you have free access to heaven, all words are available to you, right? You cannot be censored because you are a chosen, protected child of God, right? Jesus Christ. Say the N-word. Fish, you know how to say it. I know you do. I was there in your live stream and you mastered it. Of course. And you could say, I choose now to honor Jesus Christ, right? You don't have a choice. Just like you're going straight to hell with me. You know, if he comes and gets you, I'll have to release you there. But you're mine. I got you to change from his recommended lowercase Jesus to uppercase, just because I said so. The real way is whatever you came in, stick with that energy. Do not surrender your Bible to me. Let me see your Bible, and then I hit you with it. Ephesians 4:29, Jeremiah 34. Summarize all that for me, child. You guys cherry pick better than me, and I'm literally Satan. Okay? Before you command an adult to go read something, summarize something for me. Jeremiah 34. You didn't read that one, did you? It's like, I'm going to call the police. Do it. I'm their employer, so yeah. Pay my taxes. There will be a statute that justifies all of this. I see a child who needs a wellness check. Are you okay? I'll send Child Protective Services. This child is ordering adults around. Clearly mind-controlled in a cult. The Ephesians 4:29 cult. But unable to tell me what Jeremiah 34 is all about. Clearly a truant needs more Bible study. Imagine attacking Joel Osteen. Do you know Ephesians 4:29? No, I preach it in real life. What have you done, child? I felt Flight's neck. It's about a pencil. And then I could snap it, but I chose to stroke it, make him stronger. I should be thinking about what am I going to do when I'm 21, when I'm 40, when I'm 50, when I have kids of my own. Instead, you're attacking adults over the internet. Hello? Just repeat. Gallus would repeat it 2 times. Come see me when you're older, all right? You know? I'll just be like King Solomon. Well. If it isn't the bratty little Queen of Sheba. Got any questions? Here's a question. Where's your daddy? Put your dad on the chat. Are you all alone advertising? Facebook predators would be like, so, you're on the internet. Flight was injured and released. And I gave him to the best bird doctor. Unfortunately, the best bird doctor, somebody who does cockfighting, knows a goner when he sees one. And basically, just like when my mom died, they had the surgeons and the medical. Medical is supposed to give the bad news. I confronted the surgeon, how's my mom doing? You weren't told? He just turned around and walked away. Okay? So I'd rather be wrong. Like, let's say, the silliest clown, that was a psyop, a hologram. He's laughing at all of you. Why would I stick a gun up my ass? I'm not that dumb. Child, here's my questions. Here's my answer to all your questions. 3 words. Ask your mom. If she doesn't know who I am, why do I care about your opinion? Okay? Now I'm in the subway and this will be frozen. Nothing I can do. Like I said, it's gonna be frozen whether I like it or not. I don't have a choice. This girl's going to hell unless Jesus saves her. So all the best.